The tank is back on track, and the Coyotes lose their 10th straight game on the road. There's no mullet magic on the road. And thank you all for tuning in.
You gonna do it?
Who's writing gibberish?
Oh, I thought you were gonna start singing.
No. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the PHNX Coyotes postgame show, brought to you by the one and only DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and leave us a 5-star review. I'm Leah Merrill here with Steve Peters and Craig Morgan, two haters of musicals, and Sean DePaz, fellow lover of musicals.
Yeah.
They're going to sing the show tonight. Petey's Quaaludes have kicked in over there, so he's probably going to be a non-participant tonight, and I'll just make fun of musicals, so go.
We may or may not be talking about musicals at some point, but I promise, unless Craig completely derails us, we will talk a little bit about this game.
Probably going to derail us.
So I'm going to start
Okay.
with Petey. I'm going to address Petey directly. Petey, what were your initial thoughts from this one?
Hey, Petey.
Well, I had a feeling that they were going to have trouble at the start of this one after a few days off between games. They were in Florida. South Florida can be a little bit of fun. It was New Year's Eve. I said this is going to be trouble to get started, and miraculously, they were down 2-0.
Down 1-0, a minute 9 in.
So no surprises there.
But then what happened?
First sign of the night.
But then they scored late with 2 seconds left in the period to give them hope from Florida native Jakob Chychrun, who I also took when we get to the DraftKings read.
Yeah, we have a lot to talk about.
We got a lot to talk about that.
And they tied the game up.
You know what? I don't know if it is mullet magic, but they don't seem to have the same jump on the road as they do at home. And I just don't know if, like today, it was back to the same shit we've seen all the season where they're turnover through the middle of the ice. They can't get pucks up the wall or down the walls. It's through the middle of the ice, turnover shot, turnover chance. They're better at home. They're more competitive at home. They're faster at home. They look like they're together at home. And I thankfully, because Karen said it, with the way Bedard's playing, it's good they're losing on the road. And it's great that they've lost 10 on the road, keeping them even moderately close to the basement. So thank goodness they suck on the road right now.
All right.
Sorry.
That was a good positive spin.
Thank Nicholas for notice, because I went with the Florida. I got the pink and purple
very,
Argyle.
Like golf looking.
Very golfy Florida. The flamingo looking.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful
socks.
name. Day in the neighborhood,
think it through.
That's what I think.
Yeah, and Petey's also wearing a cardigan.
It's a
button-up cardigan.
For those watching on YouTube.
As long as
I'm
we're
going to
talking
look my
musicals.
age on the way out. I decided I'm over 50. I'm turning a different number soon, and I'm going to wear my age now.
Yes.
Button-up cardigans, I'm in. Sorry.
All right.
Act my
Have they
age.
made
We're with a
Mr.
bunch
Rogers
of 20-year-olds.
No?
Well, how about Tage the musical?
Yeah, I saw someone's. Oh, Karen.
By the way, it's time.
Yeah.
And Craig already drank his.
Big night for hat tricks from Arizona-born NHL players. Just
How many of them had 4 points, though?
I wouldn't call Matthew Tkachuk Arizona native, but he was definitely born here.
Yeah, he's a
Not his-
native.
it's
I
not his
mean, that's
birth
what it
certificate.
means.
But
so,
Austin
yeah.
Matthews
He
wasn't
also
born
had
here,
4
so we have
points.
to pick
San Ramon.
We have to pick and choose.
They both had
our
4
battles
points.
with that one.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Tage
huge
and
night.
Tkachuk, both 4 points.
Huge night for
Both
I
from
guess,
Arizona.
American.
How about Matthews hit his 500th career? He's also
Yeah,
from where?
Big night for 500th career point.
Just saying.
Arizona. You remember that
Arizona
song?
the musical.
Wow.
Arizona the musical.
Craig is singing that.
Yeah, we're gonna sing the whole show. Actually,
No, we're not.
No. Okay.
We're not.
Maybe
We're
just
not.
Leah and
Arizona
Sean.
hockey the musical. That can be
There
the
you go.
next sensation.
Yeah.
Then everyone will love hockey in Arizona. Just saying. Well, let's talk about this game. Let's talk about the numbers in this one and see what we got going on potentially.
Maybe.
If they're there.
I just
we're
want
gonna
to say
sing them,
that
actually.
I
I think we're
asked-
supposed to sing the numbers. Tonight.
Yeah, that's okay. Well, I can tell you the numbers without the graphic. The shots on goal in this one were very interesting. This is very different than what
again?
we're used to. And it actually has been updated since Coyotes had 36 shots on goal and Florida had 37, which is unbelievable. They outshot Florida in the first period, 12-8. Florida came back, outshot them 20-10 in the second. But you just know when the Coyotes get a lot of shots on goal, they
lose.
they lose. So there's a little plug for DraftKings if you're deciding whether or not to live bet. If they have a lot of shots on goals, don't do it. Both teams 50% on their power plays, and then there were a lot of turnovers in this game. Both sides. Florida had 20 giveaways. Arizona had 15. So.
Well, to your point, they've I can't even speak. Just forget it. They've had 30 shots on goal 7 times this year, lost 6 of them.
That's crazy. That's like, who would...
For a team that can't shoot this much, and when they do shoot, they still lose?
Yeah.
It's insane. And I'm sorry. I apologize for someone said it on Twitter earlier, and I apologize. I don't remember because we already talked about Holdam. We want this team to shoot more. They're still passing up shots, and I think I would make a new rule. They've got to shoot. You get over the blue line, maximum 2 passes, and you got to shoot. It's just a new rule because there's too many guys looking for that. Oh, this is gonna be a great Sports Center highlight. I'm gonna put this through the crease and make a great pass. No, shoot the puck. Get the puck on the net. Because if you watch Florida's first goal, a minute into the game, all they did is shoot the puck on net, and the rebound comes out and it goes to Tkachuk and they score. You need to get more shots on it. So those are the 2 big areas of improvement today. Were lack of shots, even though they get over 30, and their turnovers through the middle of the ice.
You know what else happens when you get pucks on net? Guys like Nick Bjugstad can deflect them in for goals.
Did you see him today?
He's my guy. I mean, he's my guy. Boogie.
Okay.
Boogie. Chicken.
10th goal of the year, right?
Yep.
Goals in 3 straight.
That's unbelievable.
3 straight games with goals for
because I wrote about him, Petey.
You wrote about him today, well deserved. But if people don't know where he's from, I think he's a Minnesota native. But Arizona PR, the Coyotes PR, just tweeted out it's only the 2nd time in his career that he scored in 3 consecutive games, and it dates way back. And that brings us to the beginning of this season when I said he was going to have an offensive resurgent in this team because he's going to have a bigger role. And boom,
on pace for 23 goals.
For 20.
23 now.
23. He hasn't scored 10 goals. He hasn't scored 10 in 6 years.
Yeah,
that's unreal.
24 is his career high, and he's on pace for 21. Just saying.
I think it's 23 now after tonight.
So we'll talk about him more later.
Can do it.
Do you trade him? Do you keep him? I say we keep him.
Yeah, that's basically the gist of my story.
Read the story.
Yeah, read the story if you want.
No, I want him to read the story.
You have to.
HK.
I want him to read the story.
Yep.
But we don't need to read the story now because you wrote it already.
I could sing it.
I mean, unbelievable.
You want me to sing the story, Leah? No. You want to stay on track?
That was a side.
You still want to talk about this game, Leah?
That was a side.
I do.
get the feeling you still want to talk about this game.
Things I want to talk about.
Leah deserves a lot of credit for this show and the last show.
Thank you, Sean.
Like, I don't want to say. I don't know.
Just the last 2.
I don't know. Well, I mean, yeah.
We've been for the past year plus.
Specifically, I don't
the
know.
Last 2 specifically.
I don't know if keeping it on the rails is the right word because it most certainly wasn't on the rails.
No.
But
The last 2. That's
it
fair.
looks like a show still.
That's Leah. I agree.
Oh my gosh. Well, Nick Schmaltz was back after missing some time with injury, and he had an assist right away. So continuing his point streak, even though he missed a couple games. How many games did he miss? Was it just 1?
I think it was just 1 game. Yeah.
It was just one.
Forever. It's because they haven't played as much.
They haven't played 2 games in 5 days.
Yeah, which
is tough.
They better get ready, buckle up for the month of January. But boy, howdy.
And that includes all you fans too. Buckle up.
That was the 4th side.
That was a legit side.
That was the 4th side.
Because I started thinking of the schedule.
Yeah. So he assisted on that Jakob Chychrun power play goal with 2.1 seconds left in the first period, which was an unbelievable setup and shot. Keller, again, getting multiple points tonight. He's kind of been on it. It hasn't really been... I guess he did score tonight. I literally forgot about that.
Point per game guy?
Who? Keller.
How about that goal?
That shot, the backhand?
It was a good one.
Buddy, that was from almost the top of the circle.
Yeah.
A backhand from the top of the circle?
And that was start. And that was his 14th goal of the
Gordie
season.
Howe to Wayne Gretzky. Practice the backhand.
That was his 14th goal of the season.
Somebody said.
So
somebody said it.
He's
14?
Yeah.
Tied with Lawson Krause now for the team lead.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. The battle. And I kept saying that those two are going to... Now, Krause has got to get one. So if you want to Krause anytime, I would look at the next game. Philly.
Yep.
Because he'll be right there. What are we calling him?
Ginger.
The ginger beard?
Ginger beard man.
Crimson beard sounds more like a
the ginger beard man. I like that.
The crimson beard. Sounds like a... Never mind.
Don't you have some breaking news about that, Craig?
Yeah. The beard isn't going anywhere.
Really?
Talked to Lawson Krause yesterday.
As it should not.
The beard is not going anywhere. Claire, if you're watching, I'm sorry. You probably had this
Literally,
discussion.
that's why people dial in.
That you've had this discussion, but
the PHNX.
Yeah,
for that kind of breaking news.
Shave the beard when you're on a roll like him. He's heading for 30 goals. You can't shave the beard.
No, I can't.
Imagine if he shaved it and went cold.
Then, because he might be able to grow it back fast, but
probably, but not fast enough. I mean, might be off the 30 goal pace at that point.
Oh,
just like we're off.
Look at Rudo chiming in.
Rudo, we're going to talk World Juniors in a little bit.
What?
So stay
What's
tuned.
that?
Rudo asked, would you rather see Bedard or Cooley win
and their future line mate, Connor Bedard.
Would I rather see what?
Bedard or Cooley win tomorrow? Well, these two are Americans, and I'm Canadian,
Buddy.
so that answers your question.
Yeah, it's an easy question.
Yeah.
Say, can
Also,
you
only one of them is
see?
actually an Arizona Coyote.
Well,
right now.
Gunther's on Team Canada.
Oh, that's true.
To be fair.
Yeah, but that wasn't in the question.
The chat agrees.
Yeah, but Bedard will be on the Coyotes too.
Yeah, after they
Hockey
upset
gods.
Hockey gods,
CHGO
yes, please.
and win the lottery.
Get on to the universe.
Hey, tonight was the first 2023 blank slate, right? Tonight was the first loss of the
First step
calendar
toward
year. We can leave all those
Clearing.
wins behind in 2022.
It's a clearing.
Like too many wins, leave it behind. This is the first loss. They got a couple more games on the road here. Let's keep it going. And freaking Chicago, win some games. That's all.
Won't matter.
All right, where are they right
Blackhawks
now?
aren't getting
They are
caught.
tied 1-1
Still
at the
1-1?
end of 2 against Tampa Bay.
Let's go, Blackhawks. We gotta
Craig
get
is
it. Gotta get them there.
shivering. Okay, well,
Let's go. We gotta get some help
listen,
here.
I
The
literally
Ducks and the Blackhawks have really got to start winning some
And the
hockey games.
Jackets.
Like you got to look at last year's Coyotes team. Like at least there were points with that Eastern road trip. They won
Right.
5 in a row, and you're like,
Right.
whoa.
Well, they're trying, is what you're saying?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Is Chicago not trying?
No,
Oh,
they're not.
never mind.
The Blackhawks quit a while ago, so they don't deserve it.
so that Eric Staal goal. So we've talked, Matthew Tkachuk got a hat trick tonight. Yay for him. Eric Staal had 2 goals for Florida, which is great. I mean, great to see Eric Staal still in the league, still being productive. And there was a stat tonight on the ticker on Bally that the Panthers are like 0-4 when Eric Staal scores this season.
Not tonight.
So, not tonight. Happy for them. They broke that curse. But I do want to bring this up because this was a cause for some yelling during us watching the game. PD, the reverse VH. Craig sigh.
Okay. So we've talked about, and I'm just going to get this out quick because I know all the goalie coaches across North America are watching. I am so sick and tired of seeing goalies that are over 6'3" and Vejmelka 6'5" get scored on over their shoulder. I don't understand it. I'm 5'10". I played goal 40 years ago. I'm telling you, yeah, it was a long time ago, Craig. It was in the 80s. You stopped that shot. Jerry Cheevers, we used to joke about it in the room with Rick Tocchet and the coaching staff. We would joke about it to Corey Schwab, the goalie coach, saying we'd tease him about the reverse VH and say Jerry Cheevers would have hit him right in the wheel of the Boston Bruin logo in the B wheel, because he'd be standing up when Karel Vejmelka is 6'5" and gets scored on over his shoulder. That just should not happen. I don't understand the mentality of that. There's no way that first goal should go in. Stand up.
Yeah, and 2 points like that, which I tweeted. Okay, it's a horrible angle. So
Horrible.
there's no way he's beating you far side. Just stand up.
Can't.
2, there were no passing options across the slot. So what are you doing?
And that's
What are
the
you
difference. And that's what you hear from goalie coaches. Well, they got to be down in that position so they can push off and stop the rebound in front of the net. The more dangerous shot is the second shot in front of the net. And my argument was, don't worry about the goddamn second shot if you don't stop the first one.
Yeah.
Tell you what, Carl didn't have to worry about the second shot on that one.
And when will the reverse VH disappear, PD?
And here's what I said again today. The reverse VH will stop when players continue to do what Tkachuk did tonight and score 2 goals over Vejmelka's shoulders. What's going to happen, and you see it every day. You see it with the Michigan. You see guys coming around the corner and shooting at a goalie's head and putting it up there. Shooters are so talented now, they can hit that spot. And what's going to happen, it's going to evolve over the next couple of years. You're going to start getting kids at 8, 9, 10. They're going to stand up more. It's going to happen because kids are too good at picking that spot. So you're going to combat against that. And 5 years ago, 10 years ago, when that was more popular, the wraparound. We'd try to wrap around. Well, you don't wrap around anymore. The puck's coming in up higher on there. So I think it will become more of a hybrid where it's an effective play. It covers the lower third of the ice, and you do stop a lot of pucks there. But I think you'll see a hybrid when they're not down automatically like robots every time the puck gets down after the hash marks. There we go. There's my reverse VH. Jake Schmick, I know you've been waiting for my reverse VH rant, and there it was.
Love it.
I'm done.
Thanks for joining us tonight.
PD was
Oh, wait. We got more, don't we?
PD was fired up.
Actually, Rudo, they did call me stand up, PD. I'm 5'10", 150. Like, if I didn't stand up, I look like the post. Jesus.
I want to scroll up for a second because we got a super chat from our new friend, Vaguely Sober, Heart PHNX.
From
Get him next
DNVR?
time. You know what? It's okay if we didn't get him vaguely sober. We want to get the first overall pick in the draft lottery. So that's what we're cheering for here. Like I said, we're back on track. The Coyotes are back on track. Hopefully, we'll see. But let's
back on track. It's funny to say, but
it is.
Again,
weird.
10 in a row. Stay on the road. They got 3 more on this road trip. 3 more on this road trip?
Stay on the road.
Two more.
Two more.
Philly, Chicago.
And they have to drop those 2.
Philly and Chicago. Yeah, those are 2 teams
Have
that
to
are
drop those.
Must lose.
Must lose.
Must lose. But you know, as the Coyotes lose, we cheer for individual performances.
Yes.
So we saw Jakob Chychrun get a power play goal, which is great for his trade value.
Yes.
And we saw Clayton Keller continue to produce offensively. And for that reason, Clayton Keller is tonight's DraftKings King of the Game. 1 goal, 1 assist for Clayton Keller. So
sorry, Nick. I tried. I know Nick's listening.
Yeah, Boogie gets a vote
on their way back to South
Beach
Beach right now.
But congrats to Clayton Keller. By the way, if you haven't yet listened to yesterday's audio-only episode, we talked about the candidates for the Arizona Coyotes All-Star representative. Clayton Keller, Jakob Chychrun were both among those. But go listen to the entire episode to hear our reasons for and against each candidate and who we think will be the Arizona Coyotes All-Star. You can find that wherever you get your podcasts. But Petey had an unreal night on the DraftKings Sportsbook app tonight.
I needed to make up for my football weekend of college bowl games that did not go as planned. So tonight was much, much better.
Yeah. So and it was fun for us because we were invested. Well, not Craig because he doesn't care.
And that's why you do the DraftKings, right?
We were invested in Petey's bets.
Yes.
And so things were happening. Like Jakob Chychrun scoring with 2.1 seconds left in the first period. We were screaming as if the Coyotes just won the
I had the plus 2.5. I needed over 2.5 goals in the first period. I needed a goal. I didn't care who. I just needed a goal. 2 seconds left. DraftKings.
So good. It was so good. It made it so much fun. So we had a blast with that tonight. If you haven't downloaded DraftKings yet, you should do so. Signing up with the code PHNX and place a $5 pregame moneyline bet on any NBA team to win their game and get $150 in free bets if they do. That's code PHNX only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. Sean, where are we at with the PD size counter tonight? I've seen the chat counting size.
Yes, we are at 4, I believe.
Let's find out.
I was not ready for this eventuality.
Sean. Okay.
DP's exhausted from producing the
7-hour rising show.
The 7-hour rising show that just completed.
Yeah.
Very similar to an actual football match.
Well, while we find out the OG's side count, I am excited because OG's has a new flavor coming out.
They do. You can't go away from creamsicle.
Well, it stays in the cream family.
Okay.
Because there's
cream
nothing,
soda?
There's nothing better that besides orange and cream.
Cookies and cream.
Nope.
No.
You want to guess one more time?
Strawberries and cream?
Coffee
Got
and cream.
It!
Oh, it's
Strawberries
coffee and cream.
The new CBD THC Happy Balance ratio flavor, strawberries and cream. Really excited to try that OG's flavor. And we got the OG's side counter. It's at 4 so far. So chat, keep counting.
I like that game, by the
size.
way. Name the new OG's flavor. And Craig and I just talk for the rest of the show on guessing.
I mean, he got it on the 4th guess. So.
That's pretty good.
So sorry, your whole segment's dead. But we'll keep track of the PD OG side counter as the show goes on. But if you want to try that new OG's flavor, check it out. You can find OG's at your local dispensary. You must be 21 or older to enjoy. Okay.
Before we go, did you see Rudo's comment?
No, I did not.
He was saying we should send Bedard to the All-Star game as the Coyote.
I love that idea.
Yes, please.
Please.
Yeah, go ahead.
Somehow.
He's 16.
I mean, if John Scott can go.
Yeah, buddy. Let's not talk about that one.
Oh my God. I want PD's pistachio to be a new flavor.
PD's pistachio.
Oh, I like an OG's flavor named after you.
I do. I
like that.
Why not?
Craig's coconut. Leah's lemon.
Oh.
All right.
What does DP get?
Sean's. Sean's.
I don't know.
I'm always the one left out.
Yes, and it's usually my fault.
Yeah, it is.
But it's not this time. I included him this time.
If you can think of a flavor for Sean, let us know in the chat.
Sean's OG flavor.
But
can we go back to the game for just a second? Because you talked about Chychrun.
We have to.
And we talked about Keller. And a couple of things. Keller, when he can move the puck like he did again today, and we can get the puck across, if he is dangerous from the top of the circles in, and he showed that again tonight.
Sherbert.
There you go. Sean Strawberry Sherbert.
I was going to say what flavor of sherbet?
Strawberry. So it's the triple S.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
It's kind of like a triple threat.
Rainbow or
like a triple threat.
Guy,
Okay.
But Jakob Chychrun is almost a point-a-game guy for this team right now.
Yep.
And again, we keep saying it. You go over. Not only that, he's plus. Now, I don't know how he ended up tonight. He's still plus on the season.
Yeah, he didn't have a good night tonight in the
No,
plus-minus.
but at what point is a team going to go, okay, we need Jakob Chychrun. That's enough. We've seen his offensive ability. He's defending better than he has in years.
20 games now.
We're at that point.
And this is what a lot of people said to me. 20 games. You want to see it for 20 games. He's done it for 20 games. I don't know what's happening back there.
Let's go, kids.
Okay.
It's like in the back of the car.
I spend all night trying to keep this show on the rails, and then the kids take it out.
I do, and I do for you kids.
Sean and I are the ones derailing it.
But 20 games in, that's enough. That's the sample set.
It is. There's enough.
So there are teams in need. So how long?
I don't know. Does it happen at the All-Star break when there's this natural pause and
lull?
You can incorporate him into your roster, get some practice time when they come back? I don't know. But the Coyotes are playing. Have we mentioned this? Can I mention this now? Is it okay if I go off script? I'm going off script. The Coyotes have to play 15 games in 26 days. This is crazy.
Yeah.
So if you haven't had enough time to evaluate Jakob Chychrun, well, get out and watch the Coyotes now because they play pretty much every day.
And I said this, he had to come and play well, and he has. And he's done everything I think he was expected to do. He's put up numbers offensively. He's defended well, and his plus-minus is great. He's been on the power play. His stick has been good. He's been good in the corners. Everything you've asked of Jakob Chychrun, he has done. So when? Because I said it was going to be quick. I thought it would be 10 games. So now it's just that how desperate are these other teams going to be for Jakob Chychrun?
There's two teams. Well, really three teams. Like two teams that are making a surge trying to get back into the playoff picture in the Eastern Conference. Sean's familiar with one of these teams, the Buffalo Sabres. Another, the Ottawa Senators, pulled within 5 points.
There's
two teams
that
both of those teams are in on Chychrun. The LA Kings are in a situation where they could stand ad on their blue line as well. So somebody blink.
And we keep coming back to Toronto. Toronto, again, it's another team that their window is not going to be open forever. And they've had so many injuries at the back end. If something else happens to their back end, I think that's the team that'll be desperate enough to make a move.
All right, I got to address this because enough people have asked me. Jakob Vrana? I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. Look, how do I say this delicately? Like every time someone goes on waivers, I get a lot of people like, are they going to pick him up? Are they going to pick up? You don't do that many waiver claims in a season, and you really got to fit a need, right? Well, you can talk to this more, but I don't see it there. I don't see
the fit right now for this team, especially for what end? Like what would be the end game of picking up a Jakob Vrana? Like,
I mean,
what
people
is
see
your point?
Potential. Oh, is he a 20-goal scorer?
But maybe
do you want to get better right now? Is that the need you're trying to fill right now today?
Connor Ingram because they needed
a goalie. Right.
So that made sense.
Yeah, I don't see that pickup. I like Jakob Vrana. I think that a year or two from now, sure. I don't think the point of the season right now is where they want to be to make this. Let's get another secondary goal scorer. I don't think that that's their need right now.
Yeah, and he's 26 years old too.
Yeah,
so,
let's ship guys out.
You're not looking at a guy that this guy will be a part of the team when it comes out of the rebuild.
No, he won't because he'll be 31 years old. Yeah, I say a hard no, and I think right now this team is going to be shipping guys out as opposed to pulling more guys in. That's just me.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
And as we've seen before, what the hell do I know?
Yeah, he'll be picked up tomorrow.
Before we talk more about things outside of this game, I do want to just wrap up one more in-game thing that we do, which is your keys, Petey. And we've talked about a couple of these already, including
can we show Petey socks one more time too, though?
We will.
Yeah, we can.
Protect Peyton. And it's too bad I didn't follow up on this because I was lazy. I was going to say that Florida's really good at their rebound goals, and the first goal was a rebound. And I thought, oh shit, I was going to retweet that, and I didn't. So that's on me. And they did score their first goal of the game within a few feet of the blue paint. They're unbelievably dangerous, but they do turn the puck over a lot between the blue lines. Except against the Coyotes. I was really convinced that this was going to be a Schmaltz Keller show with their speed through the neutral zone. It didn't happen. They didn't turn the pucks over. The Coyotes turned the pucks over, and that's why they lost that key. And the third key, Veggie start, hard for him. They had a couple days off, a little bit rusty, and
he wasn't great.
2 goals in the first 10 minutes.
It's a couple games now.
2 goals in the first 10, 5 goals.
Well, he didn't play the last game, right?
5.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
The Tampa game?
Yeah.
Okay, we missed the one before.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
5 goals.
Oh, yeah, the one at home.
5 goals against. Well, he played against the Leafs, so it was.
Yeah, he did play the
So
Leafs.
it was the one before.
Yeah.
That. 5 goals against tonight, but also he got lucky on that.
Oh, the one didn't hit him.
The Montour shot.
Are you kidding me?
Where he literally was looking the other way.
Now that's how you make a 6'5" save.
And Montour's shot just happened to hit him in the chest because he was standing in the middle of the net.
I think he practiced that at the morning skate.
He was at the morning skate practicing that. Did you see him? Imitation, looking this way, and Montour hit him.
I know.
It's the no-look save.
He's
It's the new
6'5",
thing.
and that's what
It's the new thing.
If he's down, though, that goes in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he was shaky by any means, but I don't think he was as sharp as he normally is.
And now you got a back-to-back coming, so you know that Connor Ingram's going to
play one of
these
those
next 2
two.
games. So
And they have a back-to-back coming every week.
If
Yeah.
I had to guess,
4
next-
games a week for the
if I
next
had to guess,
4 weeks,
4
right?
I would look for Veggie to go the first game, and I would think you'd throw Ingy
he like
into
stays,
Chicago.
He stays
Well,
sharply.
usually on a back-to-back, you're going to throw your starter and your number 1 guy in the first one because you say you throw Ingram to the Wolves. I'm sorry, we're traveling. We're going to get in late to Chicago. By the time you get to the hotel, it's going to be 3 a.m. You're
in
playing.
this case, not really the Wolves. I mean, unless you're talking about
Isn't
the
that part of the
Chicago
point
Wolves,
too, though?
because they're about as good as the
But
Chicago
don't you think
Wolves
that's
right now.
another reason that it should be Ingram?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Sorry,
think,
Ingy.
and plus it gives your guy that that day off, and he can. You got a travel day coming back home.
Yeah.
It all makes sense the way it lines
So
up.
I would think, and again, remember, we haven't done this a lot this year, but remember last year where we'd guess the goalie? Well,
wrong.
and
we
we'd guess it
stopped
wrong
because we
Yeah.
were wrong all the
almost
time.
every time. So right now we'll say, I'm going to go out and say it's Veggie Ingram.
John Gillies. Sorry,
He won't play in this
he
one.
won't play. Okay.
But I think it'll be Veggie Iggy, and I will probably be wrong. But there
All
you
right, there. It's on record. It's on record. Is there anything else from this game?
Nope.
Okay, Craig's ready. You got anything else from this game?
go. We always try to find the bright spots, and there aren't many. There just aren't many. The power play, I thought the power play moved the puck extremely well tonight, and the Chychrun goal, I thought, capped it off, which is great. I don't know if there are too many other areas of this game where I said, wow, they were really on top of it. I know they had a lot of shots, and we're going to confuse that with offense.
Well, Nick Bjugstad was on top of that deflection.
Literally
Same.
positive. That might have been my only positive of the game. That was a hell of a tip.
It was a hell of a tip.
Well, I'm glad Jakob Chychrun scored tonight because he's from Florida.
He has a lot of
I'm
connections.
sure
He
he
is?
had some
A lot of
family. I'm
connections.
just
There,
assuming.
there's always an entourage every time he goes
Yeah.
to
and it doesn't
play the
his
Panthers.
dad
Dad's
work
in the
for
broadcast booth.
Dad's
for
in the
Panthers,
broadcast, but that's like extended family coming. They have a big party that that room that's partly dining room. There's always a huge entourage for him.
So
after games.
really cool for Jakob Chychrun, and we've spent the beginning of the show talking about all the Arizona ties around the NHL tonight with Tkachuk, Thompson, and Matthews, but there's also quite a few Florida ties
Crazy.
on this Coyotes team in particular. So you got Jakob Chychrun and Shane Gosper, who were both born in Florida. That's rare. Then you got Lawson Krause, drafted by the Panthers. Then you have Nick Bjugstad, heard of him, and Josh Brown, who've played for the Panthers. And lastly, you have Coach John Madden, who has both coached and played for the Panthers.
Crazy,
So
right?
that's
It
a
is crazy.
lot
Because when you think of South Florida, of course you're going to have a lot of connections. Well,
Huh.
it's
to the other team
the
in
Sun
the
Belt.
in the
In the
Sun
Sun
Belt.
Belt hockey, baby.
Love it.
it's growing.
Hey, hockey works in hot places.
It does.
Just saying. Just saying.
It does. And the last thing about this game, let's give a little shout out to Arizona-born
Matthew Tkachuk.
Matthew Tkachuk. And I know
Yeah.
we talked about him getting a hat trick off the top of the show, but he plays hockey the right way.
And where did he want to go in a trade? I mean,
Florida.
basically dictated where he wanted to
Yeah,
go.
he wanted
He
to
wanted
go to Florida.
Florida.
From Calgary, from
From
a
the
Canadian
Canadian
market.
Do climates matter?
Yes.
Does lifestyle matter?
Yes.
Yeah.
You think living in South Florida
More
is
than people
easier
acknowledge.
than in Calgary? It was snowing
If
in
the team is good,
October.
If the team
all
is
things
good,
being equal,
When this team is
Gets good.
this is going to be a top destination in the
I
NHL.
agree with you. If they get the facility that they're
facilities.
talking about building in Tempe, and that building comes through,
And the
Tempe.
Tempe,
as the people
Tempe,
call
or-
it.
yeah, I think you're right, and I think that nailed it. And this will be a destination spot. The Kings have proven it. They've done it. Dallas has got high free agents. Florida has done it. Tampa has absolutely done it.
Yep.
If you win, they will come.
Yep.
I
Yep.
heard that in a movie once.
It is true. And if they come to Arizona, they can get some Mountain Mike's pizza. Because
How do
It-
I always miss that
what?
when it comes to the office?
There was leftovers. Craig had the leftovers.
That was
for
what you were
dinner.
eating tonight?
Yeah.
That's what I ate tonight, buddy.
Yeah.
Mountain Mike's is a mountain of a pizza, by the way.
Very
Pepperoni
true.
tonight.
We got Mountain Mike's Pizza for lunch here at the office today. So good. Their pizza, their wings, their salad, every time. Love it so much. Head over to Mountain Mike's Pizza or to their Mesa or Tucson locations, mountainmikespizza.com, to place your next order. And here's a little fun nugget. Right now, Diehards get a $50 voucher to Mountain Mike's when you sign up to become a Diehard. So, just saying, become a Diehard, get a $50 voucher to Mountain Mike's Pizza. Their food is amazing. If you're looking for just some good pizza here in the Valley,
More wings.
check
We got wings in there too.
out.
Really?
Yeah, there's Petey.
Yeah, but what did I do tonight? I brought my own and didn't bring any for you guys. So
Yeah. Thanks for
one dog,
thanks for
one
the
bone.
offer. It's okay.
Yeah, I heard that when I asked for some.
Well, Petey, if you had played the pick'em game on Underdog tonight with Jakob Chychrun higher than 3.5 shots,
You would have won.
would have won. That's why playing the pick'em's so fun. We talked about how invested we were because we were looking for all of these
Higher lowers.
higher lowers.
It's so easy.
It's so easy and it's so fun.
But don't
and you could put down $1. You could put down $3
Yeah.
and like win 18.
yeah,
Just like
5
that.
wins you a hundo. But if you do all 5.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, put a little thought into it. Jakob Chychrun's going back to Florida. It's going to be higher. So take the higher. It's easy.
Yeah,
higher.
It's easy. It's fun.
Tkachuk's playing against the Coyotes, his dad's former team. Higher. Take it.
Yeah.
Book it.
Like you could have won yourself
Yes.
some good money on this
Easy.
game on Underdog. It's seriously so fun. Or you could have played daily fantasy if you wanted to do that as well. It's super, super easy to get started. Go to underdogfantasy.com or download the app. Sign up with promo code PHNX, and Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. All right, let's talk about the World Juniors.
Future Coyote Connor Bedard.
Future Coyote Connor Bedard, who is freaking dominating this tournament. 21 points. He leads the entire tournament
For
in
an
points.
underager. That's unreal.
He doesn't even have. He has a full shield.
Full cage.
And
Draft eligible
scores
player.
A ginormous goal.
That one
Ginormous
last night, though.
overtime.
Come on. Like, and this is what Canada does to you. Like, and Canadian fans know this at the Canadian. They lose a game usually in the round robin to start, which they did also do, by the way, and they roll through this tournament. Well, that was their mulligan last night against Slovakia. Going to overtime against Slovakia was their mulligan, and now they play the Americans. Like, couldn't they get the Americans later? Like, for the Americans to play Canada. Craig's done for the show, but for the Americans to play the Canadians after the Slovakians took them to overtime is almost not fair, because I would predict Canada is going to come out with a very, very, very strong effort.
No more wow for me.
And
I agree with you. Like,
yeah,
but
so
listen,
it's
the
tough.
Czechs are good, so it was a legit loss, as we've discovered.
The
But
Czech
you're right;
game,
they
yeah.
always do this.
Yep.
They're winning it. They're winning the whole
They're
thing,
by
aren't they?
far the best
Yeah,
team, Craig.
They are.
It's
Their
not even
roster's
close.
ridiculous. And then Connor Bedard will be a
Connor.
Coyote. So when you're figuring out your depth chart with Connor Bedard, Austin Matthews, and Logan Cooley, how do you do that?
Yeah,
how do you
how
lay
do
that
you-
out?
I know.
What do you think?
I know
much
somebody's
talent.
going to have to play on the wing.
Too much talent.
I guess. Okay.
Damn, what are they gonna do? But somebody who is an actual Coyote is Logan Cooley, and
Yes.
give him credit. He's second, just behind Bedard in points in this tournament, with 11, so not quite 21, but still very respectable. He's been great in this tournament, and you know what? In the semifinal, we get to see Dylan Guenther versus Logan Cooley, and that's really cool.
And one of the things about that is there've been a lot of Coyote prospects in this tournament over time. There have been, and Clayton Keller was there with the number 3 draft pick that year, Dylan Strome. They played head to head, but there've been a lot of them, but
Barrett
not.
Aiden?
Yeah, he was a hero.
Big goal.
This one seems different to me because these are two. I mean, Baron Hayton, huge goal for that team, but he wasn't what Logan Cooley is for the
No.
Americans right now.
Yeah.
These two players right now are, I mean, they're players that are being talked about, and
Yeah.
they're key players for their teams.
So is Guenther.
Yeah, that's
Like,
what I
if
mean.
not-
And
if not-
Guenther,
if not for Bedard, like Guenther for Team
Guenther and
Canada,
Cooley. So
They both have had hat tricks in this tournament.
So that's where this franchise can go, and that's where I want people to get excited about this tournament. If you get a chance to watch it tomorrow, it's at 4:00. Watch it, because this is where this franchise is going, and that's the whole point of the tank season. And you add a player like Bedard to that. See, these two are playing games on their like. That's why I
Craig
don't
is
look at the
literally
show.
Typing on the
I'm
rundown.
messing with the.
And
That's
then
what I
he
look at the
also
show.
just corrected like my grammar on
So I don't
the
look at- you know what this is though? Canadians Hyphenate semifinal.
Yeah, and I'm Canadian.
Do
Yeah,
they?
you are.
Is that a
I-
thing?
I hyphenated
So
it.
Where are
anyway,
we
you
right
need to
now?
watch it because
Where are
that's
we
the
right now?
future of the Coyotes all on one sheet of ice.
Give
Okay, you
that
guys
annoyed
go.
look.
Go.
Just give me that annoyed look
No,
right now.
do it.
No, I can't wait. I can't wait.
I'll
4:30
be rooting
tomorrow,
for the
right?
red.
Leah just cut my
the red,
mic,
white, and
I
blue.
think.
Let's go. Let's go.
No, I'm totally jacked for that game.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, that I want to watch that game, but I don't have illusions about how it's going to play out.
Yeah, I think Canadians are the better team,
we're
and
going to see
I
Canada, Czechia in the final.
I think
what's gonna happen.
Canada's the better team. They're deeper. I like the Canadians tomorrow. I'll be rooting for the Americans.
One more thing on the future Bedard, Matthews, Cooley thing. You can just make them the first power play unit
That's true.
for the Coyotes.
Yes, please.
Who's on the back end though?
Yeah, they got to solve that. They don't really have
They don't
that.
really have that.
Lamoureux?
Maybe, or Artem Duda.
Love it.
Oh,
Why
coming over
not?
from
Why
Wow.
not? You know, sometimes the
Wow.
best players aren't first round picks, and you look at somebody like Connor Garland's a
Oop.
perfect example, and Michael Carcone is another one. And he, even though he's up with the big club right now, he did win AHL Forward of the Month in the month of December. So
Who's
Big
on
a-
a tear down
big
there.
achievement for him. He's been a little quiet since his first game called up, but still.
Yeah,
Has
I
often-
didn't
Gonna be here
notice
a
him.
while.
I didn't notice him tonight as much as I did in the other game, but to be expected. And we talk about that, the ability of a player to come up from the AHL. It's usually that first one or two games you go, oh wow, they're really noticeable, and then the consistency of the game makes it a little bit more difficult. And I think you'll still see glimpses of what he can do offensively.
He's
over the
going to
next
be here
few.
through the All-Star break, so he's going to be
Yep.
in this crazy stretch of games, and we'll see. Like I had written about, he was on track to set the single-season points record for Tucson. He was going to crush it.
Yeah.
The pace he was on. He may still do it if he gets sent back when Matthias Pacelli comes along, but we'll see.
Yeah. So hopefully he, gets back on the score sheet again over these next few weeks. But because like you mentioned, with Machelli out, he'll be here for a little bit. And he had such a great first game here. So I hope, and we talk about it every night, how it's a different guy stepping
Mhm.
up every night. So I hope that happens for him. We mentioned the Blackhawks and Flyers coming up next week, but
Mhm.
let's take a look at the rest of the upcoming schedule for the Coyotes. And the 4 games a week begin the following week, and it's back to Mullet facing Pittsburgh, San Jose. That's another must lose. Ottawa on the rise, and then Petey's Minnesota.
Yeah, I just don't
on
know.
the road
I don't
again.
know what you're going to get in Minnesota, and that's a team that's funny for me. I look at those and you see Pittsburgh. I think it's a loss,
Ottawa.
but this team has
They're
been
banged up,
very
too.
good against good teams at
And
home.
the Penguins are banged up.
So
too.
yeah, you can't count them out against Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
But having said that, Sid the Kid usually has a good night against
Yeah.
those Yotes.
And they've been on a little bit of a slide, so they're gonna be hungry.
Maybe,
I would think so.
Maybe Jacob Chychrun will hop on that plane with the Senators.
Wouldn't that be
After the
interesting?
game.
Just go down the
Craig's
hall.
stirring the pot right now.
Wow.
Why not?
So you want to sit here and pick wins and losses? It's impossible with this team anymore.
We have completely failed. You know how us picking goalies was the
Yeah.
thing we sucked
Now
at
it's
last
win
year.
and
Now
losses.
it's picking the wins and losses.
Impossible.
I give up.
Like Pittsburgh should have been a loss. Like for sure, with Toronto, even LA, they should be losses, and they're not.
No, I mean even the Coyotes beat the Florida Panthers earlier this year at Mullet,
They did.
Yes, they did.
and for a second
Swept
there,
the
when-
Leafs. What else did they sweep? They swept 2 teams, 2 good teams. I'm blanking now. Anyway, moving along.
yeah, moving
Moving on.
The
Moving on.
Islanders.
Hey, did we finish another line on the punch card? I think
Seriously?
I think we did. Oh my god, we
Oh,
did.
buddy,
We
that's
we did.
we're through 4 lines. It's you know how there's just like a sense of accomplishment that
I
we get
know.
through another line.
I
like,
know.
because when you do that first punch on the
Or
very
relief.
first night,
It's,
go-
it's a long road ahead.
yeah, we'll never get there. We'll never get through the season.
for these tank years.
We are approaching midseason, guys. We're
What's
really
the
close to
mid-season date, Craig?
the 13th, like after the game on the 12th.
So 10 days from now.
We're at midseason. It's
Wow.
crazy, right?
That's unreal. I can't believe that.
We're going to have some content focused around that, aren't we?
That's what we said.
We may.
We talk
may.
about a lot of stuff that we don't do, though.
Yeah,
so we'll
That's
see.
true. We were going to sing this show tonight. And we didn't
I'm
do
not singing on this show.
Oh yeah, we said we were going to talk about musicals.
It. Yeah, it hasn't happened yet. I've been trying to
Let's-
prompt you
let's
guys,
talk
but
about
you're happy to sing when the spotlight's not on. then
So
no performance once the lights come on. I don't know what's going on
so
here. DP, nothing. You got nothing.
so
You're not going to sing.
I've sang on this show before. Don't play with me.
I've sang too, and Petey has hated it every second. But we were getting in an argument earlier. We promised we would talk about musicals for 5 seconds. Sorry if you want to tune out. But I love Hamilton.
Okay.
And I love Hamilton more.
So if you guys want
no,
to,
this is where I step in. During the middle of the hockey game tonight, this is legit. This is a legit argument between two adults that I had to sit through and go, it's not like I'm smarter than you. I got a better SAT or no, it wasn't that. It was, I'm more obsessed with the musical Hamilton than you. And Leah and Sean, like, no, I'm more obsessed.
We're literally yelling at each other.
Like, what year? Well, I know the lyrics to this song.
right?
Well,
And then
I
it
know
became
the
a
lyrics to
competition. It was like
that
a
song.
sing-off.
Are you out of your mind?
It was a sing-off.
Like, is that
That's
something
really
on the
how I
top of
describe it.
your CV? Is I know all the lyrics to every song in Hamilton?
I mean,
So now it's the debate.
You know what? Why don't we let our viewers decide
Sing off.
right now
Literal
with a
sing-off.
quick segment?
I don't want to sing right now.
Okay, so there it is.
Yeah, no problem
There it
singing
is.
before.
That has to be a die
All you have to do now is
Die
sing,
Hard,
Sean, and you
Die
win.
Hard only.
Die
We will
Hard
declare
only.
you the greater
I mean,
Hamilton diehard.
what's the? How does a bastard orphan, son of a whore,
And a Scotsman dropped in
in the middle of a forgotten spot in the Caribbean?
by Providence impoverished.
There it
squalor.
is.
There it is. That's it. There's a little bit of what you're missing with Hamilton.
By the way, while we were getting the show ready, we were singing.
Yeah, they were legit singing.
We were
not this.
popcorn singing. We were just switching songs.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It was like a
Listen.
medley.
And also, I mean, talk about us. Petey and Craig were talking about how much they like Nerf footballs and having a catch in
come
the
on.
that
day
is
off.
true.
It's like, oh, children in this
But-
almost and
but
throwing
who
around
doesn't like a Nerf
footballs.
football?
It's good, clean
I
family
think
fun.
I would like to see that. Who likes musicals or Nerf football and see that battle in the Discord. Let's see that vote.
Yeah,
Nerf
there it
footballs
is, right there.
versus
That's the
musicals.
poll.
Or you could just be a
Nerf
Renaissance
football
man, like
or
both.
musicals.
and like
Tell
everything.
us right
and
now.
everything.
You know what? It's not all black and white. It's gray. So.
Like, but while we're on the topic of musicals, there's a couple different kinds for me. There's a couple
You're
different
going,
kinds.
I don't
No,
wanna talk about
and this is
musicals.
right. This is
Let's
legit.
dive deeper.
Give
No,
them
this
the
is
floor.
like there's a musical, like a movie, Mamma Mia, which has ABBA songs in the movie. Yet a
That's
musical.
okay, right?
But it's a musical. But when you sing every word, "Well, I'm going to the store and I'm getting bread," it's not. That makes a musical.
Thank you.
No,
Why are we singing
Don't
this?
sing everything. Then it's no longer a musical. Then it's just you're singing words. That's not a musical. It's not even lyrics of a song. Like, give me the song in the show musical.
You know what you sound like right now, Petey?
No,
A hater.
I do, and I'm not usually a hater.
Let the musicals are fun.
I'm usually such a positive guy too.
I know
so
she
it's
didn't
not
come
like-
to me because
Well-
you knew I was a hater.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you're
okay.
a hater on everything. I feel like.
But Grease, I like Grease. But Grease is a movie with songs in it.
I dislike Grease. I know Leah's a big Grease fan.
Well,
I'm not
I
a
also wrote an essay in college about how there's a ton of misogyny in the movie
Huh.
Grease.
yeah.
Huh.
You also
There's a
studied
ton.
abroad, didn't you?
I heard
I
that.
did.
Not in Grease though.
And that's when I became obsessed with Hamilton.
Oh, really?
Caleb. Time for another kilt lifter, Caleb.
Yeah, seriously. Well,
When I'm using Mamma Mia
Craig
quotes
and
to win an
Petey,
argument.
Like, as Sean and I were singing, that's when they both went to the fridge and grabbed themselves
That is a
beer.
very true story.
That is.
I apologize.
I might have dropped something in my beer too.
I
so-
apologize. I hated on musicals. I'm sorry.
But what you don't hate is Four Peaks. What are you drinking?
Kilt lifter.
And
Always.
Craig, I know you choked, but
Wow,
that was your fault, not the wow.
it was my fault.
Yeah.
Yes,
Um,
forgot which pipe it was supposed to get on.
yeah, that's what they needed to drink to get through this one tonight. Four Peaks. We love Four Peaks so much, and we're really excited because Four Peaks will be out there with us in 10 days on that day, the very day that's the midway point of the NHL season. On
Yes.
January 13th, the PHNX Tea Party presented by Four Peaks. Join us at Dobson Ranch Golf Course. We are renting out the entire driving range. It's going to be so much fun. Big Drive Energy will be there. The PHNX crew, PHNX Suns crew. There's going to be giant screens playing the game, free food, drinks, contests, prizes, and more. What?
Joel is on fire.
Joel
We'll get
is
to
on
it. Finish
fire.
your ad.
Joel.
Joel is
Joel.
on fire right now.
Doe, a deer.
Doe, I used to buy my
I
beer.
used to buy my
Ray.
beer. Ray,
The
the
guy
guy I bought the beer from. Yeah, now I bring it back to
the
Doe.
the person who
Love it.
drinks
It's
the
good
beer.
stuff.
Thanks, Joel.
Thank you, Joel.
Far a long way. We have to go still
get beer.
this season.
So far.
So join us at
Look at that.
Dawson
Me, the guy. I
Ranch.
love my beer.
Four Peaks. We'll be there providing beer samples and swag.
Oh,
God.
Check the
Yeah,
link in
Four
the
Peaks.
description
And
below.
you said she wouldn't sing.
Yeah.
She was singing the
Reserve
entire
your
ad.
spot
This is
right now.
Bring your dough for beer.
And for our Diehards, check Discord for a special link where you'll save 20% off on this awesome event. May or may not be.
Four Peaks is going to love that one.
Yeah. There you go, Max.
The Four Peaks of beer right there.
There's a fun one
Right?
for you. I could also sing about illegal Pete's because I can sing from the mountains about illegal Pete's.
Yeah, you can. You're a big fan.
I love illegal Pete's. So check them out. They have bowls, tacos, salads, burritos, nachos, custom cocktails and beers at their bar. Their queso, I can't speak enough about how good their queso is. I love it. So we're really excited to be partnered with Illegal Pete's, and you can check out their location off of Mill in Tempe. And when you purchase $100 in gift cards, they'll throw you a $25 one on the house, and be on the lookout for a few informal happy hours with our PHNX Sun Devils crew. So love some Illegal Pete's.
This is going to shock you guys.
Mm-hmm.
But the Tampa Bay Lightning
know.
have taken a late lead on the Blackhawks.
Bad news late coming out of Chicago. Tampa 2. Chicago 1.
Yep.
10 minutes of play. Not sure Chicago is a comeback team of the year this year. So
Yeah, no. Well, I've given up.
Surprised
I've
absolutely
given
no
up
one.
on that one. Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, to end, I know we've been cheerful in this one, but a couple things I want to mention. The first is you can now register for Skatin for Leighton, which is a great event. It's Sunday, January 29th. You can register yourself. You can sponsor somebody else in the event, and all the money raised goes, I think, to the Leighton Ricardo Foundation, which is an amazing event. It's presented by Phoenix Children's Hospital.
And Lindsay Fry is, of course, always participates in it. And crazy how it's insane. 96 miles, right? Is it 96? Am I being an idiot right now?
I'm going to look.
She actually skated more than 96 the first year because there was an incident.
The funds are for youth female hockey in the Valley of the Sun.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. So, sorry, we're
we
not
all had
getting
too much
the
beer
facts.
here.
Well, we're not
but
getting
you
the
know
facts
how
straight.
we're going to get the facts straight? We're going to have Lindsay Fry on at some point.
Lindsay
here
Fry.
soon.
We are. But you can Google Skatin for Leighton. We can send the link in the chat here in a minute, but it's a really great event if you're able to go.
Yeah.
Sunday, January 29th, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Sun Devil Stadium. So check it out. It's a really great cause, and if you can't be there yourself, if you're able to donate toward the cause, I know it would mean a lot to the Accardo family and just the Coyotes community, because there's some people that we've lost in this community who have had a huge impact on youth hockey, especially girls youth hockey in Arizona, and Leighton and the Accardo family are a huge part of that.
And Matt Schott.
And Matt Schott. So anything you can do to support that event. And like we said, we're going to talk with Lindsay Fry, get a little more clear information on the event. But I'll put the link with more information now in the description. And just on the subject of heavy news, we really want to acknowledge what happened last night in the Buffalo Bills game. And we're sending our thoughts and prayers and healing well wishes to Damar Hamlin and his family and teammates and friends. Just such an awful situation. It's really, a reminder of what these players are sacrificing in these high intensity, heavy contact games for our entertainment. But it's more than games. It's more than sports. It's people's lives. So,
and I've always said this too on the show a lot, and we joke a lot and we have a lot of fun. And I think sports does that to people too. It gets them away from their everyday problems and their everyday lives and gives them something to root behind and get behind. But this is a case where I think it goes beyond sports. And Sean said it today. It's just becomes a human. And, being a human is what this is about. But to see how the communities
Come
of
together,
sports
it's
and
amazing.
cities and people come together to support a common cause, and it doesn't matter what side of the field you're on. We're all on the same side here, and it's really kind of reminds you what sports really is, and where sports belongs, and it's not as important as someone's life. So I can't say enough. I'm so thrilled to be a part of what we do here, but also remember what we do here. It's not that important when it comes down to it. So cheers to all the people that have rallied behind this, and his charity has just blown up, and people need a place to put their thoughts and their prayers, and that seems to be a good way to do it. So if you want to, you can find his charity everywhere online and on Twitter, and continue to support him.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I also believe a lot, and we've talked about this, on putting positive energy out into the universe. I believe in it. I think prayers and I think positive thoughts, I think it works. I think so everybody, even if you don't believe in the higher power, put positive thoughts out in the air today. Say good things and put positive thoughts out. And I really think that helps. So let's everybody do this together. Thank you. That's it.
Yep, absolutely. So everybody, thank you so much for being here. Anyway, you can support the Arizona hockey community, DeMar's charity as well, if you're able to, or just share the link, share the word. We appreciate it, and we appreciate everybody here in this chat. This community is by far the best part of doing this. So join our community, become a diehard. Our Discord is so fun, and it's also a place of support. Like, I just feel like I can go there with anything. And I know that it's like a family. It really does feel like a family. So for everybody who comes in our post-game chat, whether it's a 5-3 loss to Florida on a Tuesday or a big win over Toronto, everybody, we really appreciate you all. So thank you so much for being a part of the PHNX family. We really do appreciate you. And on that note, I also want to thank Chris Melton, who surprised us with this really great
another one of our diehards.
Caricature. Yeah, an amazing diehard. Had these caricature drawings done of us. None of us knew about it. She actually DM'd me about a month ago. She's like, I need your guys' headshots, and I can't tell you why. And then this is what we got. So this is, if you're watching on YouTube, this is our caricature drawing of me, Petey and Craig. It's phenomenal. Super fun, and they're all hanging on the wall already.
Yeah, they have everybody from all the shows.
Cool. We have them all up on it.
Yeah, it's really
everybody's
cool.
And Chris, thanks for having Daryl Sutter stand in for me.
Yeah, right. My God, looks just like him. But yeah, it was such a thoughtful gift. We really appreciate it. They're all hanging on the wall.
Thanks, Chris.
We got all of them done.
Awesome
so
gift.
just again
Chris,
speaks
awesome
to
the community,
to this community, and how phenomenal it is. So we can't thank you.
And if Karen McKenzie's listening, I do need more Nutter Butters.
And she's clearly listening. She's pandering to
Karen, do not send them to him.
I know.
Don't
pandering.
Can't ask for.
Might as well send them to Mac and Max because they'll steal them anyway.
Pandering to the diehards.
Oh man. All right. Well, we appreciate you all immensely. We'll have an audio episode for you tomorrow, so be sure to subscribe wherever you get your audio podcasts, and then we'll be back Thursday night and Friday night for our post-game shows for those back-to-back. So be sure to subscribe to the PHNX Sports YouTube channel, subscribe to PHNX Sports, or follow PHNX Sports across all socials, and you can follow us on Twitter at Craig S. Morgan, at Leah Merrill, at S. Peters Hockey, at Sean_DePaz, and at PHNX_Coyotes. Everybody, take care of yourselves, enjoy the rest of your night, and we'll talk to you soon.